Hi Scorpios, welcome to your reading it'll be for tomorrow, December 29th. Oh my gosh, I don't know what day it is. Again, let's go. Alright. So it sounded like the sound bowl had something to say. You might have been like listening, waiting for something to manifest that's been like really, really quiet for a while. And just checking, yeah. It will grow all of a sudden. That came out in your reading yesterday. Just kind of the way that took a while. I got a couple new decks given to me from other people. I have this past lives deck, and I was thinking we could pull out a couple of these. I'm reading for a pretty decent sized collective at this point, so what I'm curious about regarding the past lives is like how many of you resonate with similar past lives stuff. And maybe like, if we all come from these like past lives, if our souls were like pieces of one another's souls or something, like, I don't know. The past life stuff I've only done a couple of regressions, and I think it's only helpful to a point, but being drawn to it. So here it goes. Oceania, location, hypothermia, death, power lesson, the Crusades and Inquisition regarding the time frame. A grandparent, you were a grandparent, a love affair, faith was something mystical, loss of status or reputation because of trauma. Guilty conscience was the trauma. Forced conversion, oh, that's interesting. You're mystical, you were like a mystic maybe, who was forced to convert during the time of the Crusades and the Inquisition. Well, that would play out, wouldn't it? Deceived or betrayed by a love in an affair. Identity, grandchild. Whoa, we have grandparent and grandchild here. Pre-Columbian Americas. Prophecy and gifts. Starvation or dehydration, death. We have the Crusades and the Inquisition again. We have the same card out twice. The idea of that happening is like uncanny. Look at all of these. Okay. So two grandparents. In Oceania, learning lessons about power. They had a love affair, and their grandchild had a guilty conscience because of this love affair, like created a loss of status or reputation, and or they were I'm getting my ears ringing right now. I'm picking up on they were into like the occult, like Freemasonry, or like some sort of underground mysticism, and they were like revealed, and they lost their reputation. Anyway, we're gonna clarify all of these. This is interesting. I haven't done a reading like this before. I also got this Eldritch Horror deck. It's like Eldritch Overload, Fantasy Cyberpunk Tarot. I think it'd be really interesting to offset this reading about the past with this reading about these like futuristic, like postmodern cards. I'm kind of vibing with these. I just looked at them today, and I haven't really I like did a reading for myself with them today. I was like, oh, this is cool. I don't usually do readings for myself. So this is a totally different vibe today. Let's go for it. So what happened regarding, I want to know about the power lesson and the love affair. So what's this power, this lesson regarding power? Seven of Swords. The power to dig deep and set boundaries, and also to uncover your spiritual gifts. So these people, if you were the grandparent in this situation in a past life, or if these are your grandparents, perhaps they put up boundaries between themselves and their abilities in order to, especially their mystical abilities, in order to ascribe to a certain um I'm here, like this forced conversion, in order to ascribe to a certain faith. But I'm hearing more like religious community. It's not really like necessarily a faith. It's like a cult. Um, the lesson regarding power, loss of status and reputation. Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords reversed. The Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords reversed regarding loss of status and reputation is somebody who is vain and will lie to like stay in there. She reminds me of the queen from Snow White, who's the fairest of them all. Like she'll do like anything with this combination to keep her looks, to keep her mask on so that people can't see through it. Like her mask is everything, especially her public mask. These grandparents may have been, yeah, like famous, or like royalty. Hypothermia death is really interesting. Why hypothermia death? Page of Swords reversed. A lack of information. Some sort of natural disaster, maybe. Sometimes these oracle cards, these these past life cards. Position of authority, loss of power, fame or recognition, abuse of power, with this Page of Swords here. Okay, so hypothermia death, though. Maybe they were frozen out of, maybe it wasn't like an actual literal hypothermia death. Maybe they were frozen out of their community. And, you know, for us social creatures, especially like in the past, being isolated can be like equal to a death, especially an ego death, especially for somebody like a Queen of Wands with an Ace of Swords reversed, who relies on their ego, male or female, to be able to navigate their world. The Chariot reversed for prophecy and gifts, pre-Columbian Americas. Could also be that they were trying to travel to the Americas to like get out of their situation, their disreputable situation, and they were lost at sea with hypothermia death and the Chariot reversed. The location of this grandchild is Asia. Nine of Swords reversed. With starvation or dehydration death. And the Nine of Swords reversed regarding this grandchild identity. I'm getting this is more like your parent or grandparent in this life, this person. And the starvation or dehydration death could be like what their brothers or sisters suffered from. With the Nine of Swords reversed, it could also be like needing to starve the nightmares because of prophecies and gifts. There was like a need to, guilty conscience, like starve the sort of demonic energy attached to these thoughts or these nightmares. It's from a forced conversion. If they were in Asia, really forced conversion to religion in Asia, like I'm thinking like Tibet is one, but there's Laos, Vietnam, any occupied Asian country, right? So your parents or your grandparents might have immigrated to the Americas. Five of Potions reversed. Yeah, with the Five of Potions reversed, it's like whoever this grandchild was, your grandparent or parent, possibly, they may be very, I don't want to say unsympathetic, but they might be like the Five of Cups upright, right, is like wallowing, or looking at this spilled cups and like not seeing the ones behind you. But like for this person, the Five of Cups is not even an option. Like they've been through too much. They had to like leave too much behind. Um, it's like that's never been okay. And I think that their karma, the way these are turning, like I'm looking at these as karmic wheels with this past life deck. Their karma inherited is basically picking up where this Queen of Wands with the Ace of Swords reverse left off. Like she left some gnarly karma for them to overcome because of her inability to like bring down the ego mask. And she may also have been the kind of person who just, it wasn't even an option. Like wallowing wasn't an option. So instead, she overcompensated with this, like, he or she, it doesn't matter, but I'm getting a she energy with this, like, witchcraft persona, even. Like, this Queen of Wands has like a, oh, I just threw her on the floor. Excuse me. Maybe that's the feeling that you have about this. Is like, ugh, get it away from me. She has a cat, and there's an owl behind her, and these like, she's like casting a spell. And weaving like these illusion webs with her third eye open. But it's based on like the Ace of Swords reversed as a lie, or theft of somebody else's vital energy with this snake going down. So it's like this inability to basically sit and wallow, like be in the Nine of Swords, be in the Five of Cups, has sort of prevented the movement of like a proverbial chariot, essentially, because these are necessary steps along the way in the archetypes of the tarot. Like we have to go through all of the energies to like unlock the next doorway, basically, and resistance creates sort of more opportunities to unlock those doors. So it's like this has been passed down at least to your parents, or your grandparents. I'm curious about the love affair as well, deceived or betrayed. Your grandparents, I think it's really interesting that they're from the same place. Ten of Swords, betrayal. Well, that doesn't really clarify. Like, it says betrayal, deceived or betrayed by love. The Queen of Wands was deceived or betrayed. Five of Coins, by somebody who left them out in the cold? Or was it her? King of Swords reversed. So the King of Swords reversed is not a nice person. Somebody who lies, who is fierce and unfair with his words. He's somebody who will also say whatever he needs to say to get his way. And so it's like she inherited this almost like Ace of Swords reversed energy from the betrayal from this guy. Here's how. It's because she left him out in the cold. She may have left him out in the cold in order to be with this grandparent person, in order to like start a family. Like, she might have been married to royalty, King of Swords, Queen of Wands. She may have been royalty, and this guy was not nice. It might have even been an arranged marriage. But she was perceived as the betrayer for walking away because, first of all, it was her duty in this sort of arrangement. And also because I'm getting this feeling that she got away with true love, which is like a really lovely gift. But it came with all these strings attached, like this sword reversed. I'm getting this sensation that it's like a curse, or yeah, like the King of Swords flinging his last of like an extra of these 10 swords. It's like an internalized wound, a belief about herself being the kind of person who would do anything to maintain her status or something. Like, he left her with some kind of parting words that were not, I want to say cherry. Random. She may have also had like this love affair while she was married, and then somebody was spying and saw that go on, and then she sort of, fame or recognition, loss of power. She may have, with this Ace of Swords reversed and the snake, she may have been like publicly shamed for it, for this. With the Seven of Swords here, this, her lover may have been jailed. So they left, and both, I guess, were shipwrecked, or they're both frozen out of their community. That's looking like the more likely thing. So how did this grandchild occur? I mean, we don't need to know the actual details about that, but like, if they were found out, right, and she was publicly shamed for it, and he was like potentially jailed, kind of left to find his own integrity, like his spiritual gifts. How did they find one another again? inheritance, acquisition, gambling or speculation, miser, inheritance, wealth, forced underground, exiled, shunned, disowned, banishment, building collapse, drought, earthquake, animal attack, earth disaster. This is interesting. So with this earth disaster card, even if somebody was abusing their power to try and keep this woman, somebody's abusing their power in order to keep this woman attached to them, and she may very well have been like a powerful witch or conjurer or seer or something like that. And I'm getting that she was publicly shamed and like disowned. She was the rich one. This King of Swords married her. She came from a family where she was used to having everything, and this King of Swords married her like for power, for position, for status. And then she decided to leave, but he was the king, so he got everything. And then after this public shaming happened, like bad karma started to hit him and the people around him and even like their town and stuff. And like animal attacks, earthquakes, building collapses, droughts, maybe all of those things. And so they were told, basically, she was told, there's only her here. She was told, you can leave, but all of this needs to stop. And so she asked to leave with him. She said, I'm not leaving without him. And so they let him go, and they left. And they had to leave the continent to go to the Americas because of all of this. That's a crazy story. If you're resonating with this is a totally new kind of reading for me. So let me know if this sounds familiar to your past lives or your ancestors or your grandparents or even your parents. Interesting. So what are you inheriting here? The Knight of Coins reversed. You may have trouble feeling stability and gaining stability in your finances or your very practical ways, or it might be something that was forced on you that like is completely necessary, and so you don't feel any like achievement in it or any, what do you call it, like passion for it. It's just, you just make a living because you have to. Again, this Five of Cups reversed, like you're not allowed to wallow. Queen of Swords reversed. Interesting. So we have the King of Swords reversed with the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Swords, and she has a cat. So this is like some sort of combination of both of these karmic lessons regarding this King and Queen of Swords and their sort of like spat, awful spat. You've inherited an ability to like see through people's BS, essentially. All of these wanted to come out. The King of Wands reversed. The Four of Coins reversed. And the Ace of Wands reversed. Huh. What have you inherited? Empress reversed. Are these all reversed? Yeah, that's interesting. No, they're not. Okay. So in this deck, you have to pay like these coins to the Two of Pentacles, like says something like insert 2 coins to like continue your life force meter or something, because everyone's like cyborgs like in the future. I don't know enough about it yet to like get too deep into the details, but I'm really enjoying it so far. If you are, let me know in the comments. What I'm seeing is that your inheritance is related to repressed passions, suppressed passions. You like may not feel like you have the ability to receive from others, or you may even like disdain it. It might actually make you feel extremely uncomfortable. I think that would make sense because it's like she got wrapped up in this situation with this King of Swords who took from her, and she sort of had to give up everything for this person who may have even then like betrayed her later. I'm seeing like when you do feel passionate about something, it totally undoes your security in yourself, in your mind, in your coins, in your vital energy, like everything. Like when you do become passionate about something, you feel like you become totally unraveled. Something or someone. You have the King and Queen of Wands on the board, and the King and Queen of Swords. What is your advice here? I don't know if this Eldritch Horror is the best deck to use for advice. We might have to pull something else. Oh, I think the Light Seers. Knight of Wands. Yes, ignite your passions. That's easier said than done if this is your inheritance, right? Like your karmic inheritance. Three of Coins reversed. You may also use relationships. This was coming through about this grandparents thing. You may also use relationships to like avoid doing this Seven of Swords inner work. Like this woman may have been avoiding doing the Seven of Swords inner work by like falling for somebody. Or this guy was avoiding doing his inner work by falling for her. But the Knight of Wands, it's like your passion will be ignited by learning to find your value within, finding something you want to master and mastering it. There's a flash drive on the table, so, and like a motherboard, so you might be into tech, or like and there's a hunting knife or hunting. Biker gloves, maybe riding bikes, building bikes, I don't know, something like that. Programming bikes. The Magician. Manifestation. You might get really into like learning the occult, like inheriting this Queen of Wands, like knowing this might be in your past life, inheriting this Queen of Wands abilities to conjure or see or whatever this is in your bloodline. Any other advice for Scorpios regarding this reading? Page of Wands. Get inspired, get inspired, get inspired. Oh my gosh. This has the all-seeing eye that says, always watching above. With this like big brother, like scary creepiness going on. Excuse me. So you might you might have this, I'm sorry for laughing, it's uncomfortable laugh. It's uncomfortable laughter. You might have this feeling that you're always being watched because of this guilty conscious trauma that's literally been like, also you've inherited this guilty conscience from a forced conversion of faith that occurred for your parents or your grandparents. And that forced conversion occurs through essentially, I mean, it's different for all religions, but I think that with Christianity, historically, there's like an adoption of all of the sort of idols and figureheads of the existing culture, and then like their own stories are supplanted onto those idols and figureheads, and there's one single god, and that one single god is like always watching because he's in all of the iconography of all of these different cultures that have been, anyway, you get my meaning. You may have that sort of like, I want to call it an ambient terror of being watched. I'm also hearing the Watchers, like the Book of Enoch, the Watchers. There's also this movie, or not a movie, I'm sorry, there's an episode of Black Mirror that's coming to mind. It's about a quantum computer and all of these people who are basically like living out replications of TV shows as actors in different quantum levels. That one was super trippy, and I highly recommend it if you're experiencing, or if you start to experience a like an encounter with the Watchers. If you encounter the Watchers, like if you've ever had an encounter like that, it's pretty crazy, and I don't recommend it. It's not for the faint of heart. 32:32 on the timer. 32:23 rather. I don't, yeah, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend seeking that out, rather. If it finds you, it finds you. But dispelling that sense of being constantly watched, or that fear of being constantly watched, may be a part of sparking this inspiration for you, because you may feel like nothing you do is ever right. Or why bother starting anything? You're just going to lose passion for it or something. But there's some weird pressure being put on you from this internalized, probably this internalized shame, from literally karmic lifetimes ago. So don't be too hard on yourself. Call on like Saint Germain for karma clearing. Seven of Wands. Hold your ground, especially spiritually, as you dive deep into your Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is somebody running away with Five Swords from an encampment, but like, I just kept thinking somebody was like imprisoned or like escaping, and like it talks about needing to do the spiritual work, or needing to like face the ingenuity within. Or at least this card was saying that to me, but I'm just realizing now that I think I was reading this as the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords. But the Seven of Wands came out here. So, sorry, I got distracted. If you call on Saint Germain to burn your karma sticks in the alchemical fire, and then call on, I like to call on Mother Mary to help help souls, or like attached beings or karmic connections, like move on out of my space to wherever it is that they need to go, and then burn those karma sticks, and maybe even do like a little releasing ritual where you just like meditate or go outside or something, air out your house, I don't know. But karma, I think past life karma can be some of the most difficult to heal. Intergenerational karma can be some of the most difficult to heal, because if you're close to your family, or even if you're not, it's like you have all of those family ties that are also connecting like in this sort of multi-layered like network in your brain, you know, from the first day of your life. So like there's all of this subconscious like scaffolding um to try and unravel if you're undoing your sort of inherited generational karma. And it can like, it's not work for the faint of heart, I don't think. Like it can really undoing that scaffolding means that you need like a lot of support and structure otherwise, because those sorts of scaffolds are the things that keep us sane, right? So I wish you the best of luck in your journey to heal your generational karma. It looks like you have all the tools necessary to do that, and you just need to like believe in yourself and really allow your passions to like open up and unfold. Yeah, this Mushroom Hunter's Tarot wants to come out. And then just hold your ground regarding your passions, like as they unfold. Like hold your ground, fight for them, fight for what you believe in. The Queen of Swords reverse is coming back to me as somebody who holds their tongue even when they want to speak. You might be watering yourself down. Might be a super fixed water Scorpio. Two of Pentacles reversed. That Two of Pentacles came out. The Emperor reversed. Ten of Swords. Okay. This is basically like stop giving your power over to somebody who abuses their power or authority in order to just like, the way this Ten of Swords is standing out to me is misidentify you, because this mushroom is being chopped, the bottom's being chopped off so that it can potentially be misidentified, because that's one of the main identifiers for what I think is the death cap here. The Eight of Pentacles reverse is like not knowing how to trust your intuition and work or developing your craft. This dog here knows exactly what it's looking for, even though it can't see it. And it's like you've been having your intuition suppressed or repressed by this like crazy karmic stuff from past lives, where basically being a seer or having powers or having abilities like destroyed a family fortune, it looks like, and somebody with wild passions and some vanity as well. So it's like you've been very careful in your life about letting those things take or get the better of you, because you've inherited that lesson, but it's like those aren't really yours to hold anymore. And this Emperor is just like basically that King of Swords reverse that we saw back there, but it's also the empire that created him, right? Nine of Wands, the shaggy mane, the soldier mushroom, I think is what this is. So this is your wounded warrior card. This is kind of accepting the damage of generational karma and what it's done for your life, and basically like moving on, growing your wands from it. Oh, Two of Cups reversed and the Hermit reversed. The Five of Pentacles on the bottom and the Six of Cups. Death reversed. Seven of Wands again. Okay. Weird. You may have experienced a sort of like love affair or love connection. 39:33 on the timer. That left you out in the cold. And it brings you nostalgia, but it also distracts you from your sort of purpose here. Your Seven of Wands is again like being able to stand up for yourself, your passions, and also to set boundaries and protect your vital energy. Don't let other people pull you down off of your high horse, like you scrambled to get there, basically, and it's okay to just trot along for a while. Death reversed is you avoiding yourself, some truth about yourself, being misidentified, having something cut off potentially in your development that you don't feel like it's okay to embrace. I can't tell you what that is, but I can tell you with the Seven of Wands and the Six of Cups, Five of Pentacles here, accepting that this is in the past, that you've been through it, and that no amount of nostalgia is really going to, what do I want to say here? The nostalgia is an illusion. Every time you revisit a memory, it actually changes based on what it is you're experiencing in the moment. And so there might be something that you're remembering from a long time ago that actually like has been informed by like so many moments of recalling it that you don't even quite remember it the way it was. Which I think in this case is a good thing. It's like you might sort of see the reality of something. Like you might be learning how to cut through the layers of illusion of like revisited memories. The Devil reversed, Death reversed, and the Devil reversed. Yeah, like the Devil and Death reversed, like you're resurrecting these old memories, and the Devil no longer has a hold over the illusions regarding like these memories. Like you know what happened, and you're not like in a space of letting your emotions necessarily cloud your judgment. Whatever did happen was legitimately a betrayal. Like it might have been a relationship that you had these sort of like limerence feelings about. This Two of Cups, it could even have been a parent or something like that, like that basically like kicked you out or something, and it's like you always felt grateful for them, or you always felt like maybe you've had nostalgia about that moment as a betrayal, conversely, and like you're realizing something about yourself, or you've encountered something about yourself that's allowing you to see through all the illusions of this, and that's helping you to undo this like inherited generational karma. The Seven of Wands keeps coming out for you. Eight of Swords reverse. You may feel like you're stuck, but you're not. This is part of the illusion. The Empress upright. Wow. So you had the Empress reversed here as part of your inheritance with that cyberpunk Eldritch Overload deck, and then it's like this story about this queen who basically lost her inheritance to this like abusive person. The Empress. I think what's standing out to me about this card is that, especially with these are pink oyster mushrooms, and they can be cultivated. They're a lot of mushrooms, they have really high culinary value because they can't be like cultivated, but these ones can. And there's something about your ability to receive, to be in the moment, to be happy, to be inspired. That is, it's like common. It's something common. It's something that can be cultivated. If you don't feel like it can, 4434 on the timer, it can. This is your Seven of Wands. Just believing that what nourishes you, what nourishes your soul, your divine feminine, what nourishes your inspiration is, it's achievable. What nourishes your love to your heart with Venus here. It's achievable and you can cultivate it. I'm hearing in threes because the card number 3, but also you've inherited some sort of gift from your ancestor regarding manifestation. You had the magician here, and she was like a seer or something. So you can manifest, but it's in something common, like, again, like tech, or like something every day. I don't know, even like the woods, or cultivating mushrooms. Even maybe you cultivate mushrooms, I don't know, something really, it's common, but it's remarkable. People enjoy it. So that, hopefully that means something to you. I'm gonna leave it here because I don't see it going any further. So if this resonated, please like, comment, share, subscribe. You can book a personal reading with me on my Etsy. You can donate on my Patreon by becoming a member there. Sometimes I post like little affirmations or rituals, or readings with decks that I can't really show on YouTube. There's some that have like too much sort of illicit, like, pictures or whatever, because of, like, I don't know, it's just tarot. And what else? You can enter to win a free reading on 111 by putting free reading in the comments. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna start mentioning that at the beginning, because I don't know how many of you stay until the end. If you stayed till the end, let me know. All right. Thanks everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.